I love you. You just make sure you have sweet dreams, okay? Best ever. I love you. We're just outside the door.
You're in great hands. You're the best. All right? I love you, baby girl. Okay, baby.
Families at the Ronald McDonald House, it's dinner time, so come on down and have dinner in the kitchen.
We have been at the Ronald McDonald House as of last week, 2 years. There's so many different families that come and go here all the time. You're always wondering, one day it's going to be my time to leave here. But we couldn't do what we do every day with Katie without being here. That was when Katie was a junior. That was sometime her senior year. That was the summer before the accident. Katie was our old soul kid. She'd just soon stay at home, be with family, watch 20 rounds of Grey's Anatomy. Katie's the type of kid that trusted to a fault.
Is nearing the end of her senior year, and she had a lot on her, as a lot of seniors in high school do.
March 25th, 2014. That morning she'd been hurt by something that had happened within a friendship. All I saw was her legs, and then I called my husband. I could tell she was disturbed in her voice. She said, "Rob, Katie's gone." I said, "Gone? What do you mean gone?" And she said she shot herself. One doctor has said that this is probably the worst wound he'd ever seen. Should have had her over here this morning when you were on your bike. Yeah, that would have been good. Maggie always wanted to get you on your bike and never did. Every time she came through. Okay, here's your spoon. You're welcome.
All right. A feast fit for kings. You try the sweet potatoes?
We're getting ready for Katie's face transplant. We go to rehabs during the week, and that's with all the doctor's appointments. Our weeks are pretty packed Monday through Friday.
All right.
Say that for me one more time.
Katie, neurologically, she's all there. It's just a matter of sorting through the files of your brain.
All right, so we've got 3 here.
Oh my God. Hey.
Yes, go lengthwise. It's going to make it easier for you to fold, okay? She gets to these episodes where she kind of just stops, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, Katie.
Yep, right there, where your thumb is. Where your thumb is. Nope, that's not it.
That's not it, Katie.
To the right.
Yep.
We've had our moments where you fall apart like a house of cards. But I think when you go through something like this, to the best of your ability, there's not much you take for granted anymore.
Doing okay? Okay.
How do you see things now?
Even though you had to go through all this. Yep.
It's hard to really describe the importance of a face, but being able to kiss, being able to show emotion, those are basic parts that we take for granted every day. We project to the people in front of us, and then they project back. So you don't get back the feedback that you normally would expect. It could be sadness, it could be anger, it could be love, it could be affection. We've been very surprised by the remarkable recovery she's made. She's by far not done, and she has a long way to go. But in this case, we're talking about someone who's had the most extensive trauma imaginable. We have to go very far beyond what we can do with conventional techniques or prosthetics, and only a face transplant can do that. We always have a team ready, but once we listed her, we came together as a group. There must have been over 50 or 60 healthcare givers from every major area of medicine that would deal with her. We then did many practice runs, and we continue to do them in the cadaver lab. And as much as we think we know exactly what we want to do, every time something new comes up, some other idea comes up to hopefully enhance what we're going to do for her.
Since March 18th, she's been on the official face transplant list.
Every day you kind of wake up and you think this could be the day, and then you go through times where there's not a call or anything, and you kind of get a little discouraged and disappointed. But with hope and anticipation, we know it'll happen.
No pain tonight? Oh, no pain. Yay. Does that mean we sleep all night? Yay.
We were very close, like very, very close.
Was it close to her age?
It was perfect. The problem was...
Perfect, oh my goodness.
I know. The problem was there was some serology that would have been a no-go for her. We couldn't take the risk of her, so that was it. It'll happen next month, 2, 3, 4, probably in that range is my guess. You've really warmed me up. Very nice.
That's it. And warm heart.
You do have a warm heart, that is true. Anything specifically, you guys, information you need?
Right now?
No.
You think of anything?
Yeah, so you're one donor, yeah.
Yeah. Can't think of anything right now.
Well, I want one for you too, but I want the right donor for you. Okay, that's the main thing. I want to see you hopefully next time in the operator room. That's the goal. Okay.
We got that call. It's a go. You need to be here tonight at 7 o'clock.
Sorry. My bestie's getting a face.
Good to go? Showtime.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the donor tomorrow at about 7.
Okay.
And I think Katie will probably get down there by about 9 a.m.
They're still envisioning 24 to 36 hour time?
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, I think, you know, I'm thinking in my head 30 hours. Okay. So right between that time frame that you talked about.
Are you having any second thoughts?
I get second chance at life now, or this is like beginning of another chapter. Very poetic, right?
Very poetic, right?
I think we can cut it here initially, but on the donor, you cut it here. Cut it symmetrically.
Why don't we just devitalize it and then leave all everything?
That's what I'm saying. We're going to not go. We're not going to go past it.
Amount of fear. That's all.
What's up, Shorty?
Diana and Deborah.
Okay. Okay.
And then Kelsey's still
Nursing
here.
staff side. You alright? Okay. Okay.
The main goal is this.
Right.
That's the main goal. This is, we're going to do a little bit up here, but it's not a major part of what we want to do.
We thank you for your mercies that are new every day. We thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this day. I like this work.
I know that. Ask doctors if I can walk down with you.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, juice this in second.
In order to get to the tissues and to create space for what we're transplanting, all this has to be removed, including bone here, bone here, bone here, bone here. And we need access to it while still preserving things that make her still look like Katie. There's always the risk that in the middle of working to prepare Katie, we could have to stop and be left with virtually nothing because the donor could become unstable.
Katie said to me, if something happens to me during the transplant, I don't want you to be upset. I was probably a lot more nervous than she was.
Once we make a decision, there's no going back. No matter how much planning you do. And we actually got three-dimensional CTs made of the donor and of Katie to help us figure this out. And despite all that, it didn't matter. Because in some ways, Katie's face was longer, but the donor's face was wider. And so we had to make decisions. Where are we going to make it perfect and where, as a result, will not be perfect?
I kept waiting for them to come out and say, like, we've got this problem, we got that. This is not what we planned.
It was near midnight when we brought the donor tissues in. At that point, we have to make a decision.
You know, the more that we think about what she would want, there lies the answer. Not just now, but 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years from now.
You want to do the gut check again? The gut feeling?
I think she'd want the full on.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
No problem.
Katie, I know you're out of it. She looks great.
You look good, folks.
You think we did the right thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She'll be in the hospital for at least a month. But we won't expect any nerve recovery for probably a minimum of 6 months. So it's going to be a long recovery. I would think at least 2 years before we see some true stability in her.
The last 3 months have been long and had some bumpy days.
Discharge is like you are transitioning from one aspect of care to another.
You ready? Head up to the desk and say goodbye. Oh, hold on. That way.
Good to see you.
Are you gonna do like the peace out sign, Katie? Like
no,
peace
no.
out?
What do we do now, Katie?
Okay.
I'm gonna dab out.
We're gonna dab. You've been corrupted. Yeah.
Been hanging out with us for too long.
She's a Kardashian fan now because of Becca. There we go. She's not here. I couldn't do a long movie. Just I love you.
We did form a lot of relationships with them because they've watched her for 3 years. Dr. Gasson said the next several months, Katie will be a professional patient. Lots of rehab, lots of strength training, doctor's appointments, trying to get all her meds settled, which ones she'll have to stay on.
You just know in your head it's going to be busy.
Dr. Gasson said it would take 6 months to a year to get her smile back. The sensation is stronger there?
It really is about marching towards, little by little, getting back into the arena of life. Not back as the way it used to be, because nothing will ever be the same again.
Kitty, can you hold your head back so it makes it easier? Hold my hand. Hold my hand, son. I know it hurts, but it's not going to hurt in a few weeks. We're allowed to write a letter to the donor and their family, and if they would like to receive it, then they can receive it. If not, they just keep it at the hospital. But we do plan on writing a letter. It's totally up to them, and we totally understand, you know, but we're just very grateful.
Adria we didn't always get along, you know how it is with your family. But we had been able to spend a time together in a year or 6 months before she passed away. If Adria was willing to donate her organs, you know, why would she need a face? You know, I still wrestle with that every now and then. It was something I didn't expect. And so I thought about it, prayed about it. This is the right thing to do so someone else can have maybe a better life. Yeah, that's what made my decision.
I knew it was going to take someone special to give their daughters or granddaughters or wives face so someone else could live.
Nothing to be nervous about. I mean, absolutely. I saw the grandma in the driver. They're making them wait outside till the appointment. It's all good. Just relax. And then afterwards, we'll go out for pizza and beer.
Hi. How are you? Well, who is this lovely person? Hi. I'm Sandra. How are you? It's so good to meet you. You look beautiful. It's your gift. It is. I'm just glad.
And your granddaughter was beautiful.
She was a
beautiful girl.
I think that must have been, it was not long ago.
Really?
It was a very recent picture.
We thank you, Lord God, for all that you've done. We ask your blessing upon this. In Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Praise the Lord.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Do you see any change?
I saw that people don't look at me like I'm not sure anymore. I feel more comfortable with myself now.
Her eye function is unbelievable. I mean, close your eyes for us. I mean, smile. She couldn't do any of that a month ago. It took almost 2 years on the other patient. So I'm really excited about what another month is going to be from now, you know? That's great.
Nice.
I mean, isn't it amazing? You gotta wait a year and then all of a sudden it starts rolling out little success after little success.
Love it. Thank you. Bye, Katie.
Want a drink or something?
Some water. Strong.
That's what she says, I'm strong.
No, it's over in Johnson, but it's not.
It's been long, but it's been fast.
Were you sore last time? Where?
Right here.
Booyah.
Right here.
Booyah. That's where we wanted to be sore.
Sometimes, some angles, some moments, some days, you really appreciate how much has changed since the transplant almost a year ago.
My feet will definitely be increased of time. Definitely smiling more.
Do you feel like it belongs to you now, your new lips and your new nose? And
I feel now it's my face. Oh my God! Oh my gosh!
What's to say to you?
we're always telling people about you.
Oh, no.
No, no.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
But we wouldn't be where she is today without you. Right now, Rob's trying to seek employment.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into teaching for the fall.
Well, that would be
It would help
great.
us get back into
Reality.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care.
If you live long enough, you're going to walk through something. Maybe not to this degree, but you're going to walk through something and it's going to be painful and you're going to have very little control over it. But you know, you have a choice to make whether you're going to hold on to it or use it and let it change you.
You really have to appreciate life as a journey and recognize life as a learning curve.
Having a transplant is not, you have a transplant and you go back to living. It's an exchange. It's a different life, and she will always have to remember. I can never not remember to take my meds, but it is an exchange that
I gladly welcome.
you gladly welcome it. Yeah, but we have such a long ways to go.